Hey guys, Vico here. Welcome back. I just got back from vacation 2 days ago. Posted a Star Wars Galaxies video in the interim and camping in the wild while I was gone. Patrons got early access to that. I appreciate patrons sponsoring everything I do. Haven't done one of these videos in a while, talking about things that are going on. I've spoken, I think, enough about 3.8 and the fact that some tanks are nearly unplayable if they're not equipped properly, and I know it's an issue. I disagree with the choice that Wargaming made, but I don't think they're going to change it at all. Being reimbursed 1/12 the cost, if you will, of spare parts really gets under my skin. There's some tanks I really liked playing, and I had to divvy them up by putting all my eggs in one basket, as per my last video discussing making the best of 3.8. So I don't want to really talk about 3.8 much, but there's some other things I wanted to talk about. The next grind event, 3.9, and the status of the channel due to some things going on with Wargaming and the changes that they've made with World of Tanks Blitz. Those of you that are on the forums might have seen the next grind event as per the Blitz News Telegram channel with regard to the girls in Panzer tanks coming. I did a video on girls in Panzer when the Panzer IV came out, and I wanted it because it was free. I didn't realize that there were so many strange anime followers that play World of Tanks Blitz, and I don't quite comprehend the fascination with anime. It's not my thing, and I find it kind of childish. But then again, a lot of the demographics that play World of Tanks Blitz tend to be of the younger persuasion. You can see up on the screen here, this is the grind event. And look how messy it is. It gets messier and messier. The Kuromori, some people have. The Panzer IV, a lot of people have. It was 50 battles back when it first came out, and you just get it. 50 wins, I think. And then, of course, the Hetzer has their brand of whatever. Or you can go for premium time or different combinations of spare parts. Not that they're enough to cover, I think, with the last event for the that IS spam tank that they had. I can't even remember what it is. I didn't get it, didn't want it. The IS 122H, I think. Either way, another grind event for a bunch of crap, and it's quite frustrating. So, there it is. I hope you guys enjoy that grind, and you know how grind events go with regard to people going after their missions and disregarding game tactics in order to press the advantage for getting their goals met. Has anybody been paying attention to Sir Fosh and Jingles and some of the other A-list YouTubers out there? If you haven't, long story short, Sir Fosh got threatened with a copyright strike for saying what he felt about Wargaming.net and introducing grossly overpowered tanks to the PC version of World of Tanks. And he was right to say it. It's just how he said it. And he got removed from the community contributor program. Link to the description below if you're interested. Long story short, Jingles left the community contributor program as well as and is diversifying his channel. I'm not a community contributor, I just make videos, but I'm gonna diversify my channel too. You'll see a couple gameplay videos of what I'm going to expand into. With the forums the way they are, with Wargaming doing what they do and nerfing the game we play essentially, making it virtually unplayable, and with 3.9 and this mess of being able to be downvoted because somebody doesn't like you. I haven't had a downvote yet, but there are players. I mean, good players aren't at risk. So what? You get a downvote for inactivity despite carrying everybody with a 5,000 damage game, but the fact that you can just be downvoted out of spite, it is enabling juveniles to essentially hurt your credibility if someone is shallow enough to look at the star rating system and think that because you have a downvote you're not good. I think that's stupid, and it's been all over the forums. I was all over the forums, and I'm just gonna take a little less time on the forums than I used to. I'll check in for news, I'll do some other stuff, but I'm not going to have such a heavy presence on the forums as I used to, except to post Camping in the Wild videos or something like that. So what does that mean for the channel? Diversification. I will still do my Camping in the Wild series, I will still play other games, I'll still be doing the Walking Dead game, I will still be doing Aliens vs. Predator, but I'm going to add it to the channel. I've already had a chat with my patrons about this on Patreon and on my Discord channel for patrons. I'm going to add some games, because I'll be playing World of Tanks Blitz a lot less, and as are many. Star Trek Timelines I will be playing. It's okay. It has timers. It has multiple forms of currency like World of Tanks Blitz does, except they were upfront about it from the beginning, and they didn't just take away essentially a theft of all of the investment that you've put into the game. I like it because I don't mind Star Trek from time to time, but it's just a good brain busy game that I can play right before I go to bed or something like that, and it has multiple different modes, if you will. So when you run out of credits to grind through your missions or whatever, there's other modes to grind other things, which in turn give you more credits per mission, and it becomes a perpetual game that you can keep going with as long as you go the right route every time. Multiple characters to try to get, elites, if you will. There's space battles, there's quote away missions, and you have to have characters with specific skill sets for different routes you can take through that, and it's kind of a choose your own adventure with regard to which faction you favor or don't. We'll be seeing that a lot more. There's player versus player as long as you have a character that has a skill set that surpasses somebody else's, which in turn give you rewards. It's a diverse game. It's kind of like, I mentioned it some time back, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's essentially the exact same thing, except it's in the Star Trek universe. And for the Triarii guys that I play with on Blitz, there's a presence there, as is the next game I'm going to talk about, and that's Battle Bay. It's really difficult to explain Battle Bay. It's cartoony, and I can't stand the weeaboo cartoon stuff on World of Tanks Blitz, but that's because it's a World of Tanks, non-cartoon, World War II themed arcade shooter. Battle Bay is created by the same people that brought us Angry Birds, and you drive around in different boats that have specific purposes. Think of it as a class. Fixer is my favorite, which you're seeing here, and that's a healer. There's shooters, and then there's tanks, etc. And you just get seasick going up and down the wave shooting in other boats. There's a Triarii presence there as well, so if you're a World of Tanks Blitz player and you want to come on over and play against us, that's fine. It takes less space than World of Tanks Blitz, it's less complicated, and you can't rage at each other in chat, or rate somebody else based off of your spiteful opinion about the fact that they're better than you. It does have timers, it does have multiple forms of currency, but again, they're upfront about it, they're not lying to you, and one thing I don't like, but it makes sense for this version of the game, is there is, skill-based matchmaking. I don't like it in Blitz. It doesn't make sense for skill-based matchmaking, despite whatever argument you may have against it. It brings everybody's win rate to 50%. But it seems to work in Battle Bay. I've been ascending up the chain with skill and winning, and slowly I'm being matched with people with comparable skill over and over again up the ladder. It works if you play, but if you lose, so what? For this game in particular, I really don't care about my win rate. I don't. It's just a fun game. It's fast-paced. It's real fast-paced. And the only bad part about driving a fixer is that as a healer with low health and okay-ish mobility, you tend to get focused a lot, because if you grind your equipment up correctly and you can spam heals over and over again, you're a key person to take out, and the smarter players would be smart to focus on you. A platoon, if you will, or a fleet as they call it in the game, a platoon of fixers can definitely dominate, especially as you grind them up with more equipment slots and everything. And I'm enjoying it just for something else to do, and I don't have to go into the forums and read a bunch of blather that I just really honestly don't care to hear. So, all in all, where does this channel stand? Again, I will continue to do World of Tanks Blitz stuff, maybe World of Warships from time to time, World of Tanks PC, some of the other games that I've done already. You're going to see more of it, of some other things. As always, I will still be in the game, I will still be playing, I'll still platoon with you, you fans, you subscribers. I'm just going to be playing Blitz a little less. My presence on the subreddit, my presence on the forums will be diminished in comparison, because I'm tired of the direction the game is going and how it's torn people apart, and that's not why I want to entertain myself with a mobile game, is to allow people to get under my skin, and if that's happening, it's time to move on. So, in short, that's the way things are going. I hope you guys stick around. There's still going to be tanks. Camping in the Wild is coming very soon. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait for you guys to watch that one. Feel free to let me know how you feel in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see you guys out there. Hey guys, Vico here. Click the button to subscribe and don't forget to like this video. Follow me on social media at Vico the Tuscan. If you really like what you see, join my community on Patreon. Click the card above for details, and until next time, I'll see you guys out there.